Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us, to him be the glory in the church and in Christ Jesus throughout all generations, forever and ever. Amen. I love this verse in Ephesians 3, verse 20 to 21, because it reminds me of the huge impact that the generations have within the house of God. And personally, I am a third generation Christian, with my parents, my mum and my dad raising me in this very house, with my grandparents as well years before them. And I am only where I am today because of the prayers that have been prayed, the seeds that have been sown over the many, many decades that they have been a part of this house. And I find myself asking, what am I going to sow into this next generation? What am I going to invest in this house so that the next generation can reap the fruit just like I have been able to? But I want you to come along and meet the generation that have had such a big impact on my journey of faith and who I am today.
I just see it as just God answering our prayers that we've asked, because of all those. We've got a couple of families that aren't church going, but most of them, the whole family, mum, dad and 3 or 4 children, are all churchgoers and involved in everything. And that is such a blessing to be able to see.
We grew up in the house of God because of mum and dad, and so it's your everyday. So it's just what you do, just like breathing, it's what you do. And, you know, the kids knew what it was to be at every meeting, be at every rehearsal for album and so on. So then as they've grown up, they just continue in that behaviour because it's normal to them. It makes it a whole lot easier when it's something that you believe in. And we believe in this, and that's why we do it. They believe in it, so that's now why they do it.
I think it's something that I can't even put words to, because I can't even begin to fathom what my life would look like today if it wasn't for that. I mean, I know like there was like a period within youth where, and mum would testify, it was probably like the worst year of her life, where I remember like pushing every boundary and trying to get away from everything that had been built around me. But ultimately the foundation, and as everyone was saying, the normality of being in church and loving God just defied everything that I tried to push against it. And then I'm still here today because of that. And so I think like I can't even begin to imagine where I would be today. And I am so thankful. Like, I think that's the only word I can say is I'm so thankful for these guys, but also then every other leader and every other person in this church that surrounded me and then surrounded Bailey when he came to. Like, I think it's cool to now think about when we have kids one day that we'll be able to do the same thing, and this will just continue on for generations and generations.
I continue to see it growing, and after what new people are coming in, and they will start fires that are maybe a little dormant at the moment. They will start fires that burn furiously.
Wow.
And those fires will spread out to the unbelievers, but they will become believers because of the fire of God in their life.
Yes, I see that God said, as you give, I will return to you. And as we've given our time and our desires for the church, in the next 20 years, it would have to double in the next 20 years.